So you're building a wine cellar, or you've already got one, and now you need a cooling unit. Here's the thing almost nobody tells you when you're starting out. You can't just pick a unit based on how big your room is. There's a whole calculation behind it, and getting it wrong is the single most common reason a new wine cellar cooling system underperforms. Let's start from zero and walk through exactly how this works. First, the basics. A wine cellar cooling unit isn't just a small air conditioner. A regular AC is built to hold a room around 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Your wine cellar needs to sit around 55 degrees Fahrenheit, and it also has to hold humidity in a specific range, roughly 50 to 70%. Too dry and corks shrink and let air in. Too humid and labels peel and mold shows up. On top of that, it's not just about hitting that temperature once, it's about holding it steady day after day through summer heat and winter cold. That's a different, more demanding job than a standard air conditioner is designed for, which is why dedicated wine cellar cooling units exist in the first place. Here's the concept that actually determines which unit you need: heat load. Heat is always trying to work its way into your cellar, through the walls, the ceiling, any glass, even the door every time it opens. Heat load is simply how much of that heat is entering every hour, measured in BTU per hour. BTU per hour stands for British Thermal Units per hour. It measures the amount of heat energy an appliance can add to or remove from a space in 1 hour. 1 BTU is the energy required to raise the temperature of 1 pound of water by 1 degree Fahrenheit. Your cooling unit's entire job is to remove heat at least as fast as it's coming in, so the real question isn't how big is my room, it's how much heat is actually getting into it. Those are two very different numbers, and mixing them up is where most sizing mistakes start. You'll see a lot of quick reference charts online. Something like a 500 cubic foot cellar needs about 1,500 to 2,000 BTU per hour. Those aren't wrong exactly, but they're built on assumptions: standard insulation, a below grade location, no glass, moderate outside temperatures. The second your actual cellar looks different from that assumption, and most do, the real number can shift by 30%, 50%, even more. So cubic feet is a fine starting point for a ballpark. It is not a substitute for an actual calculations. So what actually goes into a real heat load calculation? Here's what a proper calculator is going to ask you for. Insulation. Every wall plus your ceiling and floor gets an R value. Better insulation, less heat getting through, simple as that. But it makes a bigger difference than most people expect. What's on the other side of each wall? A wall facing a cool conditioned basement barely adds to your load. The same size wall facing a hot garage or direct sun adds a lot. Every wall gets looked at individually. Glass. Any window, glass door, or glass wall, glass loses and gains heat far faster than an insulated wall. A single glass door can add roughly as much heat load as an entire solid wall. Lighting, incandescent, and halogen bulbs actually generate meaningful heat inside a sealed room. LEDs run much cooler. Vapor barrier. This affects both moisture control and your effective heat load. Skipping it makes your unit's job harder. How often the door opens. A private collection opened occasionally is a light load. A restaurant wine room opened dozens of times a night needs real recovery capacity built in. Put all of that together: dimensions, insulation, exposure, glass, lighting, vapor barrier, and usage, and that's what produces an actual accurate BTU per hour number. Everything else is just a guess dressed up as a number. An undersized unit runs constantly, never quite catches up, and wears out early. An oversized unit does the opposite problem. It short cycles, switching on and off rapidly, which actually hurts humidity control and stresses the compressor too. The right-sized unit runs long, steady cycles. That's what actually protects your wine and your equipment long term. The good news, you don't have to run this math yourself. At Wine Cellar HQ, we built a free heat load calculator that walks you through exactly these questions: your dimensions, insulation, glass, and conditions. One of our cooling specialists personally reviews your answers and matches you to the right unit for your specific space. Whether that ends up being a Whisper Cool, Cellar Pro, Wine Guardian, Breeze Air, or Cellar Cool system. It's free, it takes under 2 minutes, and it's linked right below this video. If you're just starting to think about a cooling unit, this is the first step to take before you buy anything.
Door, wine, right, Wine Cellar HQ.